Okay, we got a new one from Rolife. It's the Tipsy restaurant, the bistro bar. And we'll do a little bit of furniture today. We got another Rolife. Woohoo! We like these. So this one's 14 up. It's not bad. This is a good if you want to be a little bit more challenged, but not quite. This is a nice little in the middle type of kit. Anybody could do this one. And we'll just open it up and see what we got. We got the usual what's required. This one does not provide glue, but it does have that double-sided sticky tape. And I'll say that I used it where I could, and then there's some spots where you just need some good old white glue. So just have that handy. And this is interesting. Haven't had this before. They must have had some issues with the batteries and things like that. Nothing new. Just the same old power supply for the lights. Got our bags. I always put them in order. And then number one, if it says bag number one, it's always the flat pack. At least with Rolife it is. So number one, and I would recommend either if you unwrap all of these, put it in a big Ziploc bag and then put the little number one on the outside, and then you'll always have it. All right, for this video, I'm going to do just the furniture, just the bare bones furniture. So the very first thing is this little red cabinet, and we'll just put it together just as it says. I didn't really need any glue. These fit nice and tight. I always find that if they're painted, they fit very tight. I think it gives that little extra millimeter of surface area. And but if it's loose, I would just put it just a little dibble dabble of just the white glue, your Eileen's tacky glue, and you'll be fine. But I didn't need it. This has one little paper item, like a little newspaper, and you just fold it. All of the, in this kit, all of the items are pre-creased, which is really, really nice. So, can't be any easier, right? So just fold it in half right where it says, and then put a little sticky tape there and put it on your shelf. This is a little planter pot. So basically we're going to make a little box. And then we're going to take this little green yarn, which I've been looking for to get me a whole skein of it, because I think I could use this a lot in some projects. I'll find it. I will. But you just need a little pinch of it, cut it off, and then you're going to put it in. You could either use your sticky tape, double sticky tape, or just a little bit of glue in there. And just put it in there loosely so it looks like a viney plant. Ta-da! Alright, we have a couple of chairs. Pretty easy. This is all easy. This is all very, very doable. I like doing Rolifes after doing a really intricate one. So the last one I did was the tea house and all the itty-bitty little teas and things like this. This is a nice, instant satisfying, instantly... What? You know. Instant gratification. There we go. I use the double stick tape, stick the little backing on there so it looks like it has a little cloth on the back, and then put your legs together. The little crossbeam, that one for me was very loose, so I did put a little glue there just to hold it in place, because every time I tipped the chair over, it would fall out. And we got one more chair. They call this a high chair. It's just a chair that's higher than the other ones. More like a bar stool, kind of. So we're going to build it basically the same way as the other chairs, except this doesn't have the backing paper. This has a little more like with the bars in the back. So same thing, if this is loose at all, just put a dabble of glue in there, but mine fit nice and tight. And there you go, a cute little chair. You only make one of those. This is a storage rack. So you're just going to put the shelves in. Just think IKEA. This is very easy. So put your 3 shelves in, and then it's got a little like a gingham tablecloth placemat right at the bottom. Here we're going to make a coffee maker, because you have to have a coffee maker. I love coffee. So this might be a smidgen more complicated. It's not that bad. Just do it step by step and make sure your notches are in the direction that it says in the pictures. I love the instructions in this book. It's very clear. There's no questions. And I don't have to use a magnifying glass to look at it. It's very nice. The only thing I did wrong on this one is I put this on the wrong side of the machine. But you know what? I'm fine with that, because this, when from the future, when you put it in the thing, it wants you to put the back facing forward. I kind of like this side where it shows all the dials and things to face towards us. So, happy accident. And we'll put our little coffee cup on the top and a little today's special kind of thing, and that one's done. Super cute. All right, we got a little chalkboard that goes on the outside of our little cafe here. So we're gonna stick the paper pieces nice that it has a little outline of exactly where it goes. So there's one on the bottom, one on the top. They give you more than enough sticky tape. So I have tons and tons left over from previous projects. I probably should start using these for like paper parts and things because I have a lot. It's a little bit nice and neater than white glue, especially with paper. And then you have a little top beam there and the stand in the back, the leg. You got yourself a little sign. Speaking of signs and pictures and things, there's a whole bunch of them. So there's a lot of paintings and signboards is what they call them. Pretty straightforward, just match your picture with the picture frame and you'll have a whole bunch all set. I like to do these all ahead of time. Well, you almost have to before you put the main walls up. So let's get these all done. There we go. We got all our pictures and things. I have a box. You don't see it, but I have a little, I think it was a muffin box at one time, but But all my completed parts and pieces, I put it all over there. Because if you just set it aside on the table, you will lose at least one or two of these. I've done it. I learned from my mistakes. So I just have a little box that I just put all my parts in until I need them. All right, we're going to make a wall cabinet. Not sure exactly where it's going to go yet, but we're going to build it ahead of time. Save ourselves some headaches for later. And this one has the clear film plastic, and this does have a cover on it, so make sure you take the protective coating off. And it's only on one side. I checked. It's only on one side. We'll put the little handles in before we do that. There's our little door. You'll have two of those. And if you need to, when you punch them out, sometimes they have little knobbies on there from what's holding on to the main piece of wood that holds them. Just use your little, they do provide a piece of sandpaper, or I have 1,000 million nail files. You can use that too. And then you're just going to build your box. Do it in the order that they say. It does make sense how they have it. So just do it in the order, and you'll get yourself a little wall cabinet. The door's open. How cool is that? Very cute. Easy one. We're just gonna make a little box. This is probably the biggest piece of furniture that we're going to have. It's the counter. They call it counter A. It has a little angle at one side. Not too bad. Again, do it in the direction or in the steps that they say. That way it'll work out for you in the end. And also, pay attention to where the little numbers are. So everyone is labeled. Fantastic. Yay! I just consciously try, if I can, make sure, put those little stamped numbers in a spot that you won't see. And there's also some pieces that have this outline on it, so make sure that's facing out, because that's going to be part of your design. Even though it says the stamp D1 on there, that will get covered. Don't worry about it. The countertop is 2 layers. If you mix these up, it just won't fit together. So the smaller one goes on the bottom, and it'll make sense because it has more holes on the smaller one. So that one goes there, and then the bigger one goes on top. So you kind of have that fancy beveled edge on the counter. There we go, like that. And then we're just gonna stick these extra pieces in the middle. They give us a nice little outline of where to put it. And this double sticky tape definitely sticks good with wood on wood, so it's pretty nice. I had trouble with it on some of the plastic parts, but if it doesn't stick well enough for you, by all means use glue. This is not, you have to do it like this. There we go. We got our bar. Perfect. And this is just a little shelf. Like I said before, I'm just making every piece of furniture that I can find in there. I searched through the book. When I put these videos together, I study the book like it's a textbook, kind of. And I try to put parts and pieces that make sense. So I'm just, in this video, just make all the furniture pieces. And that includes the shelving and things like that. We're not doing any decorating unless it's part of the building process. This is a table, probably one of our only plastic furniture pieces. Very, very easy. This is reminiscent of like Legos. So you're just going to stack everything on top. It's kind of nice making a tripod table and you don't have to balance it too much. When you know, right, guys? But this one just snaps all together and actually stands up. First try, without any glue. Alright, we got another counter. They call this counter B. And it's the only difference on this one is it's got 4 doors. So it's kind of a cabinet for all your things that you're going to sell, I guess. So we're going to put in these little teeny tiny pieces. They do serve a purpose, and make sure you put them in the right spot. This is for your doors so that they don't go all the way in. It's a stopper, door stopper, basically. And they're very tiny, so use your tools. And we got 4 little doors and 4 little handles. They're small, but they do fit. And this is another one, like, definitely do it in the order that they say, because there's a reason. If you did it, well, if you did it out of order, you might have a little tricky time getting these doors to set in right. So just do it step by step by step. It's pretty straightforward. And this one also has a double top on it, so that little beveled edge. doors open on this too. Very cool. They're a little stiff, but they do open. Sometimes when you get these furniture pieces that actually have doors that open, it's kind of a shame that they get buried in the back of the little setting, but very nice. All right, I think that's a good place to stop for now. We're just going to do this nice and easy. Looks like we just put all our furniture in the storage room here. Just waiting for the right place to open our restaurant. So we built a couple of countertops and some cabinets to put all our stuff in, signs, chairs, and a table. Even got a coffee maker, one of those fancy espresso ones. So we're going to have a nice little cafe bar to open. So the next video, we're going to make all the accessories, all the little wine bottles and, you know, dishes, boxes, things like that. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. And if you like it, put the little thumbs up. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.